The Library of Alexandria stands as one of the most iconic institutions in the history of human knowledge. Established in the early 3rd century before Christ, it became the epitome of scholarship and learning in the ancient world. More than just a repository of scrolls, the Library of Alexandria represented humanity's ambition to collect, preserve, and expand the sum of all knowledge. Its influence on science, literature, and philosophy reverberates through the ages, shaping the very foundation of Western intellectual tradition. This grand institution, born from the vision of Ptolemy I, Soter, and nurtured by a succession of brilliant minds, not only served as a center of learning, but also as a symbol of the power of knowledge. The Library of Alexandria's legacy continues to inspire and influence modern academia, reminding us of the enduring impact of concentrated scholarly effort in the pursuit of universal understanding. The story of the Library of Alexandria begins with Ptolemy I, Soter, the founder of the Ptolemaic dynasty in Egypt. Following the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BCE, Ptolemy, one of Alexander's most trusted generals, secured control over Egypt. Ambitious and forward-thinking, Ptolemy envisioned Alexandria as a new center of Hellenistic culture and learning, rivaling or even surpassing the great cities of Athens and Rhodes. Central to this vision was the creation of a great library and research institution which would come to be known as the Museion, or Museion, meaning the Shrine of the Muses. Ptolemy I Soter's motivation was twofold: to establish Alexandria as the intellectual capital of the known world, and to legitimize his rule by associating it with the pursuit of knowledge and culture. To bring this vision to life, Ptolemy sought the counsel of Demetrius of Phalerum, an Athenian orator and statesman who had fallen out of favor in his home city. Demetrius, well versed in philosophical traditions of Athens and familiar with the workings of Aristotle's Lyceum, proved to be an invaluable advisor in the conceptualization and planning of the library. Under Demetrius' guidance, the ambitious goal of universal knowledge began to take shape. The library aimed to collect every book in the known world, an unprecedented endeavor that would require vast resources and a global network of scholars and agents. Ptolemy I and his successors spared no expense in this pursuit, employing a variety of methods to acquire texts. They purchased entire private libraries from across the Mediterranean. Ships docking in Alexandria were searched for books, which were confiscated, copied, and returned. Sometimes the copies were returned instead of the originals. A large staff of scribes was employed to copy texts. Emissaries were sent to foreign lands to acquire rare and exotic works. This aggressive acquisition policy led to a rapid growth of the library's collection, estimated by some ancient sources to have reached hundreds of thousands of scrolls within a few decades. As the library's collection grew, so did the need for efficient organization and management. This task fell to Zenodotus of Ephesus, appointed as the first official librarian of Alexandria around 284 BCE. Zenodotus faced the monumental task of organizing and cataloging the vast and diverse collection of texts flowing into Alexandria from all corners of the known world. Zenodotus' approach to this challenge would lay the groundwork for library science for centuries to come. He is credited with developing one of the first comprehensive cataloging systems, known as the Pnyx. This system organized works by subject and author, providing a standardized method for locating specific texts within the vast collection. Moreover, Zenodotus introduced the practice of critical scholarship to the library. He worked on creating standardized editions of Homer's works, comparing different versions and attempting to establish the most accurate text. This approach to textual criticism would become a hallmark of Alexandrian scholarship, influencing the way texts were studied and preserved throughout antiquity and beyond. Under Zenodotus' leadership, the Library of Alexandria also began to attract scholars from across the Hellenistic world. The Museion, to which the library was attached, provided living quarters, dining facilities, lecture halls, and gardens for visiting scholars. This created an environment conducive to research and intellectual exchange, fostering a community of learning that would produce some of the ancient world's most significant scientific and literary advancements. The true flowering of the Library of Alexandria came during what is often referred to as its Golden Age, spanning roughly from the mid-3rd to the mid-2nd century BCE. This period saw the library reach its zenith under the leadership of brilliant scholars and in conjunction with the broader intellectual movement of the Hellenistic era. One of the most prominent figures of this period was Eratosthenes of Cyrene, who served as the 3rd chief librarian of Alexandria. Eratosthenes embodied the multidisciplinary spirit of Alexandrian scholarship, making significant contributions to mathematics, geography, astronomy, and literary criticism. His calculation of the Earth's circumference, accurate to within 2% of the actual value, stands as a testament to the power of scientific reasoning and empirical observation fostered by the Alexandrian intellectual environment. Eratosthenes' work extended beyond the sciences. He also produced a chronology of important historical and literary events, further demonstrating the library's role in synthesizing and organizing knowledge across diverse fields. During this same period, the library and the Museion became a center for medical research and education, largely due to the work of physicians like Herophilus of Chalcedon. Herophilus, often considered the founder of scientific anatomy, conducted groundbreaking studies on the human body, including the first systematic dissections of human cadavers. His work laid the foundation for much of Western medicine and demonstrated the library's commitment to empirical research and the advancement of practical knowledge. The library's influence extended far beyond the sciences. It became a crucible for literary criticism and philology, with scholars like Aristophanes of Byzantium and Aristarchus of Samothrace, refining techniques for textual analysis and establishing canonical versions of classic works. Their efforts in preserving and interpreting ancient texts would have a lasting impact on the transmission of classical literature to future generations. The Golden Age of the Library of Alexandria represents a unique convergence of resources, talent, and intellectual freedom. The patronage of the Ptolemaic rulers, combined with the cosmopolitan nature of Alexandria and the library's vast collection, created an environment where scholars could pursue knowledge for its own sake, often leading to revolutionary discoveries and ideas. This period set the standard for what a research institution could achieve, influencing the development of universities and academies for centuries to come. The collaborative and interdisciplinary approach to learning cultivated at Alexandria would become a model for future centers of scholarship, demonstrating the power of bringing together diverse minds in the pursuit of knowledge. As we conclude this exploration of the Library of Alexandria's foundation and Golden Age, we see an institution that not only preserved the knowledge of the past, but actively expanded the boundaries of human understanding. The library's legacy in this period would endure far beyond its physical existence, shaping the very nature of scholarly inquiry and the pursuit of knowledge in the Western world.